I mean, miracles do happen, and music is an extraordinary thing. It is an extraordinarily powerful thing. I think that, I always think that everyone should sing anyway. I think you go back to so-called primitive societies and their whole life is based on song. They sing out their lives. They sing when they're working, and they sing when they're happy, and they sing when they're sad. And we don't do that, so we rely on other people to sing for us.
The very breath that dizzied my senses and made me whole.
The fact that she is a jazz singer and that she's deeply attached to jazz and the nature of the opening stanzas immediately suggested the blues. So then it became as soon as I started working, it became sort of quite clear what I would do.
I know that jealous breath in me that cut and ripped me bare, and in my nakedness breathed new breath, where a whisper yells, and I am rooted again in my very breath.
That very breath.
When I got the poem, when I went to see Beverly and I saw the words for the first time, and I took them away, and I was walking over Clapham Common to the tube station, and that phrase came into my head, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
That very breath.
And that was quite a long time before I started writing anything, because I was then rather held up by having to do other things, and it must have been about 6 weeks later that I got out the piece of paper, and I thought, well, yes, that actually was an idea. It often happens like this, that one's first idea is often something that you can work on. Maybe you change it, but the first idea is often very valuable because it's one's immediate reaction to something. I feel it as a poem. The words are, apart from the fact that the expression is poetic, it does have a rhythm. It does have a rhythm which was quite straightforward to follow. The rhythm sort of dictated the rhythm of the words dictated almost the rhythm of the music.
A pine tree chuckled, the journey of my song had touched him.
So I didn't have to ask her to cut out things. Beverly said right from the start, anything that I wanted to cut out, please do. And I said, well, I will tell you. There was one line I cut out. There was one line I cut out, and she agreed that was right to do that. But that's all.
A joyous breath blossomed within me, ripening, reaching.
The brief was that I could go back and say to Beverly, look, can't you write some more because I can't set these words. But in fact, I didn't have to do this at all.
Like autumn's cooling kiss upon the molten burn of summer.
I feel it as a poem. The words are, apart from the fact that the expression is poetic, it does have a rhythm. It does have a rhythm which was quite straightforward to follow. The rhythm sort of dictated the rhythm of the words dictated almost the rhythm of the music in a very productive and positive way, I think.
I was hungry for life, I was overwhelmed, intoxicated, feeling like fruit.
I think my one contribution to the text was that I suggested that the refrain, the very breath, should come back right at the end, because I felt immediately I wanted to end as it had begun.
The very breath.
And I think that's right, that it should end like that, because the breath is it's a motif right the way through, and the way in which the singer ends, with a wordless assent, means that the breath is rising up and becoming somehow the whole thing dissolves into pure sound at the end. which seemed right somehow for the ending of that particular poem, the way in which it should end. All these things sort of become obvious after a time when they seem to, and that's when you know you've got it right, or as well as you can do, when things seem inevitable and it seems a sort of obvious solution that should happen. I just hope, I mean, I kept thinking that perhaps in a way that the whole project would help Beverly so much that she would recover. I mean, I hope there might be a miracle in her case. I think it's very, very important to sing, and I think that essentially, I think there is something very definitely related between health and the body and song, and in a way, that's what the blues are, really, to sing out one's troubles, and in a way one's troubles disappear through singing about them. I mean, that's naive on the one hand, but all the best things are naive in some ways.